Good morning, everybody. This is Maggie with the Etheridge Team, and I have been thinking about making this video for way too many days. But yesterday, the straw finally broke the camel's back because I answered or helped correct someone's thinking for like the 500th time. And I said to myself, I really need to get this message out. Because there are so many people who have some wrong ideas when it comes to selling your personal residence and how it works with capital gains tax. So today's the day. I'm finally gonna get this word out there. So many people have a wrong idea in their mind that you can sell your personal residence, and as long as you buy within a fixed amount of time, whatever that amount of time is, a replacement home, then you can shelter your capital gain. And the truth is that is not true. When it comes to capital gains, your properties are divided into two categories. They're completely separate from one another. The first category is your personal residence. That's where you've been living for 2 out of the last 5 years. That's the criteria for can you count this property as a personal residence. So if you've lived there 25 years, yes, that counts. If you lived there until a year ago, that totally counts. If you've moved out 2.5 years ago, yes, that still counts because you lived there 2 out of the last 5 years. So you look back at the last 5 years, start now, go back 5 years to 2021, and have you lived in the property 365 times 2 days in that property continuously? So that is the criteria. Have you lived there 2 out of the last 5 years? And if you have lived there 2 out of the last 5 years, then it is your personal residence, and the personal residence rules apply when it comes to your capital gain. The way it works with personal residence is if you're a single person, you can have $250,000, $250,000 capital gain tax-free. If you're married, the combined taxpayer, you have $500,000, $500,000 capital gains tax-free. When you sell that property, the first $500,000 of capital gain of a married couple is completely tax-free. You do not have to buy a replacement home. You can use it to go on a world cruise. You can buy another property. You can do whatever you want with that first $500,000, and it's absolutely capital gain tax-free. But if you make $600,000 in your capital gain, that $100,000 that's above the $500,000 is going to be capital gain in that tax year. And there's really no way around it. Now, the capital gain percentage that you're going to pay is quite variable. It depends on, your income and your tax bracket and your other investments and things like that. So you have to talk to a tax professional about that. But that $100,000 above the $500,000 is going to be capital gain taxed. If you make $1 million in capital gain and you're a married couple, then you're going to have $500,000 in gain that is going to be taxed. And that's just how it is if it's your personal residence. So there is a sweet spot, ladies and gentlemen. If you have $500,000 in capital gain in your current property, it's arguable that it makes sense to reset that and to sell that property, get all the gain tax-free, reinvest it in whatever you want, and your new property will have now a 0 capital gain basis. With that said, you'll have new property taxes, and property taxes are completely different. Property taxes have nothing whatsoever to do with capital gains taxes, and I'm going to do a different video on that. But I wanted to say today, for all the people who think that you can keep on accumulating your capital gain, and whenever you decide it's time to move, great, you'll be able to take your whole capital gain to your new property. That's not the case. Now, with that said, let's say it is not your personal residence. Let's say it's an investment property and you have not lived in it for 2 out of the last 5 years. So that means if you've moved out of a property for 3 years and 1 day, then that is, and if it was a rental, right? You've made a property a rental and it's been like that for 3 years or more. That now is an investment property and you can sell it using the investment property rules for capital gain. The way that works is that's where you do have the fixed period of time to identify and close on your replacement property. And there's a lot of rules for that. So I think I will make a separate video in case, so I can title each one separately. One will be capital gains rules for your personal residence. One will be capital gains rules for your rental properties. And the rules are completely and totally different and do not overlap in any way. So hopefully this has been helpful. Please pass it on to everyone you know, particularly people who have been in their property for a really long time and now have a lot of equity. I'm concerned, that there are people out there with these wrong beliefs about how they're going to be able to, work the system and avoid capital gains tax on their personal residence. It's just not the case. So by all means, give me a call. My phone number is 714-9-MAGGIE, which is 714-962-4443. And I hope that I will hear from some of you and we can have a little more personalized conversation about your capital gain and what your potential situation is. Because I want to help everybody, no matter who your agent is, honestly. I just want to help people avoid making these critical decision-making mistakes. So I hope to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. That sounds funny to say. But I hope these videos that I'm going to be making will be really helpful and shareable so you can make some great decisions in your real estate.